Hey y'all, good morning. It's been a minute, but per usual, I'm trying to go with the ebbs and flows of how I feel, what I want to talk about, what's going on. A few updates I want to say is that I have been experiencing a lot of growth, and growth comes with change. Growth comes with being and feeling uncomfortable. Growth goes and comes with accountability and truth and transparency, not only with others, but with yourself, right? I have been coming across a lot of eye openers where it's like, okay, here's this, here's that, what's this, what does that mean? What do I do with this information? How do I process that? There's a lot of things that come in the factors of growth. And I think for me, it sometimes brings stagnation. I don't know about you guys, but for me, sometimes it brings stagnation. And that can be very, very frustrating in itself. And with that, we learn how do we ask, how do we get through this, right? I feel stagnant, I feel heavy, I feel this, I feel that. How do we essentially get through that? And it's different for everyone, right? We can try to read all the books, we can try to Google, we can try to search Instagram for the perfect post. But initially, it starts with us, right? We got to sit down. We got to see, okay, what's going on? What is causing this stagnation? And this morning, I was thinking, okay, why do I feel like this? And sometimes I get hard on myself because I'm like, am I going to base this off of an external factor, or is it an internal factor? Or is it an internal factor that's happening and I'm trying to project it externally? And that's where more work comes in, right? Where we're like, okay. Excuse my yawn. I just woke up. So I'm like, okay. I'm evaluating all the external factors in my life. Okay, my job, is there school, is there a relationship, is there financial issues, is there inconsistent scheduling, like what is it? Is it the weather, is it the environment that I'm in, all these things, right? And then I'm like, okay, well, maybe it's not this, maybe it's not that, maybe let me change this and see how I feel after that. Again, with a lot of transitions and a lot of change, you expect to feel this very high from it, right? Oh my God, yes, there's all this change, all this is going good, this transition is happening, let's go. But at the same time, what we don't realize is that we're not losing something, but we are ending something. We are stopping and halting where we're at with this situation if we're moving on to another. For example, I am moving myself from a specific store at my job, right, to another store. Nothing wrong. I just want change. I need change. I need something different. And I realize that about myself too. I am someone who requires a lot of change and growth. And if I stay stagnant or in the same position without any growth, without any support, without any newness and excitement, I will change course and I will change route. Is that a bad thing? No. Is it necessarily a good thing? I don't know. But that's just how I operate, and I've come to accept that and realize that, However, I did that, right? I said, hey, I'm going to change from this environment to this environment, and let's see how I feel. Oh God, I'm so sorry. So I decided to be okay, let's do this. And that is in transition. The process is happening. And in the process, you have to remember, okay, what do I do in this process? I just be here. knowing that a change is coming, and then knowing that certain doors are closing. Like, how do we get through this, And so I've just been taking it day by day, right? In that, a lot of other stuff happens, right? Like, say you're in a relationship and you have to cater not only to this other person, but yourself. And like, how do you show up for another person? Even if it's just a friend, how do you show up for other people if sometimes you don't feel like you're showing up for yourself? Notice I said sometimes you feel like you're not showing up for yourself. I'm not saying that we don't, but how do we create a balance? How do we allow ourselves to generate enough energy for the both of you and the mass of us, right? Like, there are therapists, right? There are teachers, there are mentors, coaches. How do they, I keep saying that like I'm not one of them, but it's okay. We're not talking about me right now. I mean, I guess we are, but it's fine. How do they generate enough energy for themselves to be able to navigate and help guide others, And that's the key question. And the answer is, from my experience and what I believe and what I'm noticing, is that they have an intrinsic motivation. Like, that's something I learned in my first psychology class that I passed with an A, 95%. Anyways, not bragging, hella bragging. But intrinsic motivation, that is motivation that comes from within, right? There's extrinsic, which there's motivation that comes from external factors, like, ooh, I got money, ooh, the sun's out, I'm great, ooh, I have friends, let me go talk to them, they bring me this motivation, let's work together. And then there's people who are intrinsic, who have that will and that generating motivation that happens over and over and over again internally within themselves. And those people, those wellness people, those coaches, those motivators, those speakers, those guiders, therapists, coaches, like all these people, not even just athletes, like those who have that will and that power and that want and that desire to continue to push through regardless of what life throws at them, right? Now, with that being said, that doesn't mean that tank is always on full. There are things that we have to do to feel and refill, and before it gets to empty, because when it gets to empty, speaking from my experience, when it gets to empty, you are burnt the fuck out. Excuse my French. We're burnt out, and we are exhausted, and we are irritable and frustrated and annoyed and just want to isolate. If you could see me, I'm literally pointing to myself right now. And we tend to just like give up, quote unquote. And I don't mean give up like, fuck all this. No, it's like give up like, damn, like, why am I doing this? Like, what and why? And I guess my message today is to remember what fuels you. Remember what motivates you. Remember what pushes you. And this is not just for you. This is also for myself. I realized I haven't done a podcast episode in weeks, which might be equal to like a month or so. And that's okay. I started school. It's in a 7-week accelerated course, which means there's an overload of information just within 7 weeks. So people get in 3 to 4 months, I get in 7 weeks, right? And it was a lot, so trying to find this balance and trying to understand like the path and the process and what I've asked for. Yesterday I was talking to my friend, and I was talking about how like, damn, like giving advice, right? Always giving advice, never taking it. But I told her, I was like, sometimes the question is, are we ready for what we asked for? And she's like, damn. Right? Like sometimes we ask for all these things. We ask God, we ask the creator, we ask the universe, we ask the higher power, the one up above, like whoever we praise and give thanks and gratitude towards and ask for favors and things in return and yada, 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 right? We ask for all these things that we're desiring and what we want. And sometimes it's never what we need, but sometimes we ask for these things, right? And then here comes the silver platter and they're like, here it is. Here you go. You asked for this kind of person in your life. You asked for this kind of job. You asked for this path. You asked for that. Here you go. And a lot of the times, like I want to say about 75 to 80% of the time, we butcher it. We like get it and we're like, what the hell is this? Slice, dice, crumble it, throw it away, pick it back up, open it up and be like, okay, what is this? I'm trying to decipher this code. Not even remembering that we asked for it. Like we literally asked for it. You ask and you shall receive, right? That's what they say. That's what the book says. Everybody who knows me knows I call the Bible the book just because well, that's another topic. But yeah, it's in the book. They say it all the time. You know, it's a quote, I guess, you know. But ask and you shall receive, right? So whatever you put out there, you're going to get that, you know. So, and that goes for energy. That goes for like anything. And I'm thinking about it like it goes for anything. Like a year ago, I was in this like, oh, I need this and I need that. And I want this and I want that. But not necessarily remembering that my energy internally is saying something different, right? So I got what I was looking for and what I was receiving, and now I'm in a different space. I'm changing and I'm evolving, and that's a requirement in my life, right? In anybody's life, I would hope. So, with that being said, like, okay, you ask for this, you get it. What do we do with it? What do we do with it? Again, 75 to 80% of the time, we're like throwing it away and we're like questioning it. I'm not saying we like y'all, but like also including me. We butcher it. We throw it away. We question it. We're like, what the hell? Like, this isn't what I asked for. But the funny thing is too, is that they give us what we're looking for, but it's never in the form that we want it. Right? Right. Because that's a want. Sometimes the universe gives us actually what we need. And sometimes what we need, we do not like. Because we're like, no, I don't need that. I don't want that anymore. You know, when it shows you like, okay, well, this is what you said. This is what you wanted. This is what you asked for. Here you go. And then you're like, so is this really what I want? And then here on the flip side, those who are survivors, those who have intense trauma and wounds and who are traumatized, it's a different story for them, right? It's different, you know. Sometimes we get what we want and we're like, what is this? Like, this is not what I'm looking for. This is opening up wounds. This is hurting me. This doesn't feel good. And then it's like we have to do double of the work, right? Sometimes we have to do triple or quadruple like of the work, because we have trauma that gets in the way of us believing what is in front of us, whether it's good, whether it's bad, whether it's happy, sad, helpful, harmful, all the things, right? So we have to do a little bit more work to be like, okay, what is this for me? Is this what I need now? Is this something I'm projecting onto them? Is this past pain coming up? Is this this? Is this that? Like, what am I feeling? What is this? What is that? You know, all these things. And that's when we have to learn, like, okay, does this make me feel good? And if not, communicate and address it. Excuse me, I don't know what's going on this morning, but it's a lot. But we have to address it. We have to really be like, okay, is this helping me? Is this benefiting me? Is this okay? Am I okay? Am I safe? Am I being harmed? If yes to any of those questions, it's like, okay, what is causing me to feel this way? You know, how can I communicate this and how can I change this? I have the power to change this. And when working with other people and working without external world and forces and opposition, we have to remember that, like, we can't control other people, right? We can't control how they operate, how they move, what they do, what they say, how they feel, how they think. We can't control any of that. We can only control ourselves. And sometimes that means removing ourselves, right? Sometimes that means severing a connection. Sometimes that means pulling apart, taking a break. And all of these are okay. And those who don't, like, those who make you feel like that's not okay, that right there is not okay. And you have to remove them, because you feel how you feel, and that's okay. And they feel how they feel, and that's okay. Learning to agree to disagree is crucial in all forms. You know, I'm learning that for myself, and I'm very much stuck in my ways, and that's okay. But I'm learning, and I'm aware of that, and at least I know that, and I'm willing to change, and I'm also willing to reaffirm myself and be like, no, this is something I'm not letting go. This is how I strongly feel about this. And those who respect you, those who love you and care about you will be like, you know what? Okay, that's how you are, and I accept that. And they won't push for change. They won't make you feel like shit. They won't make you feel like invalidated. They'll be like, all right, well, there's many ways to do it. Do I agree with you? No, but if that's you, that's you, and that's okay. I'm also reminding myself that, like, that's okay, Meela. Like, it's okay to not agree with someone, and it's okay for someone not to agree with you. I used to think and believe that you have to keep people around you who think and act and breathe the same way as you. And I think that comes from not actually getting along, or like really connecting with people back in my younger days, and really feeling very disconnected. And so I started to search for those who are just like me, who think the same, and that's not realistic, right? If you think about it, like, I'm looking for people who are like me, then I should just spend time by myself all the time, which I do all the time anyways. But it is important to have those who believe similar things and who have similar beliefs and morals and values. Like, you do want to surround yourself around people who operate in a similar way. But they're still also going to be different. But I was looking at it like, no, I need people who think exactly like this, who think this and that and this and that, and believe this and believe that, and move this way, move like, no. And then I get set up for disappointment, right? Because I'm like, yo, why are you not moving like me? Like, why don't you get this? What don't you understand about this? That's my own shit, and I'm working through that, you know. And so, like, with that being said, I'm facing a lot of, like, clashing with individuals now in the state of mind and in the life and reality that I'm in right now, where I'm still overcoming and getting through and working and managing grief, and grief in all forms, right? Losing my brother, but also losing a part of myself, and moving away from my family, and moving from everything that I know, and starting this new life. And it's still this tug of war, right? I'm still very attached to, like, how I used to do things and life from back home and what I'm used to in this new environment. I'm like, okay, not everybody operates like that. Like, California is very liberal. Let me say that now. The freedom and the joy of just being yourself authentically, without judgment, with a little bit of judgment, that's totally fine. And just moving and operating through a space that's just very free and, like, not as judgmental, and then moving to a more conservative place, which feels very, like, constricted and very based off image and what you look like. And also the lack of transparency. Like, you know, it's just learning how to find the people that I'm looking for in a place that feels so different and opposite. I'm facing a lot of friction. And it's challenging sometimes, you know, but I am doing my best to remember, like, okay, this is a learning curve. Get curious, my therapist said. Get curious. Get curious, right? That can be challenging when you're stuck in your ways, or when you are very persistent on what you believe and you're passionate about how you feel and the way you look at life. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that, right? So finding that motivation, making sure that you're asking yourself the questions. Why do you feel this way? Removing toxic energy, negative energy, heavy emotions that don't serve you, and being okay with it, right? Being willing to evolve and move forward and continue down a path that's going to make you feel supported, not only in yourself but from others, right? Yeah, I'm going to cut this short. I'm going to leave this where it's at, and this is what it is kind of deal. But I hope everyone has a blessed day. I know it's Tuesday, not Monday, and that's okay. But I love y'all, and I want y'all to stay up. I want y'all to remember how beautiful and gorgeous you are when you let your crown sit up high and not tilt to the side or forward, and realign your back and your posture. Take a deep breath, put your shoulders back, inhale, and exhale, let go all the bullshit. That's all I got for y'all. All right, y'all. Bye.